Good evening. This is an addendum to the Franco-Esque American Civil War, brought to you and inspired by the oratorial stylings of Savage Responds. Your dissertation on the effectiveness of a right-wing fire team, against, as an argument against what I presented as an effective left-wing approach. Well heard, well met. But to be honest, I think if we focus too much on the saber rattling, whether it's, oh man, I just realized my radio is showing a person who is an immigrant. Sorry, trying not to offend you, Savage. Okay, better. And her real name's Eileen. Go figure. I just doxed Shania Twain. Speaking of Shania Twain, you seen her lately? Did she have work, or is she just eternal? Is she immortal? Whew. Oh, the thoughts I had about her in the 90s. Back to saber rattling. I believe the issue from that point, though, if we rattle our sabers too much, and I think this is a mistake that the left and right wing are both making. The effectiveness or the combat efficacy of certain groups and what they may or may not be capable of ends up being a straw man of sorts that just further serves to be divisive. Can you write off 10 million youngsters? Is 130 million people out of 330 million people a mandate? Where's the real root? Where do we turn from the situation to where no matter what the bubble is, we're only presented with the things that we want to see? Might I pose to you a tale of two Charlie Kirks? Imagine the Charlie Kirk that when our friend Corey C. turns on his newsfeed, the little clips of Charlie Kirk at his best, owning a mermaid hair misguided youth, the things that he sees versus what's exactly in my feed, a 5 to 10 second clip from a 2-hour a 2-hour speaking engagement that has interactions towards the end of it. The exact same thing on Corey's feed. Corey and I are watching the exact same speech, but because it thinks that it's what we want to see, Corey gets to eat his cake and I get to eat my cake. And there's plenty to go around, my friend. Plenty to go around. As for the politeness that you speak, and I hate to break it down to semantics, but I'd like to just have it serve the point. Politeness, I don't feel is the correct word, so much as well-behaved. Around the time, I don't know if it was the Ferguson riots or the one whichever one Kyle Rittenhouse was at, there was a video clip of what we would imagine, you and I, being friendly to the right-wing ilk, would see as like a well-meaning, well-equipped, fighting-aged young man there to help. If you search long and hard enough, you may be able to find it in a little video bite. And he got turned away by law enforcement, this singular person. And you know what? 4 more of those guys, would 4 more of those guys be turned away? Fast forward to a little bit later on in these events 5 years ago, where things almost could have got funky, was the neo-Black Panthers were going to be doing a demonstration at Stone Mountain. I know you got a mind like a steel trap, so you probably will remember this. Now, you want to talk about being behave. This is where things could have gone bad. When I was little, I remember thinking, in a big vast country, how did during the Civil War armies know where to meet each other? So you get a situation to where the neo-Black Panthers claim that they're going to be armed and showing up at Stone Mountain, and then you get about 5 assholes showing up with their rifles at the same place, at the opposing side of that argument. When that goes hot, and the whole thing turns ugly, man. The whole thing turns ugly. Deep down, the right doesn't want that. It's not a matter of it being polite, To a point, they're able to be the adults in the room, and you may call that as being polite, but it's not very polite when the right wing, when they just see people protesting and bomb them back to the Stone Age, or split their heads open like a canoe. Like they've already turned away from the thought that those people are their fellow countrymen. So there you go, sir. Moving forward, where the conversation may lead is, to me, how do we keep this thing from being hot? Or in the case of Peanut and myself, which Peanut, obviously, you may have seen by now, he is not one to suffer fools. I've got to expose Peanut a little bit to Atlas Shrugged, maybe, and why we ended up with Galt Gulch, or if Galt Gulch is even a real thing. Maybe she can whittle me down from my delusion of my comfortable life. We'll see. All right, Gunner, take it sleazy. Hope you're well. See you in a while.